Hello everybody and welcome to the video. My name is Midway and today I bring you once again some more StarTrekFleetCommand with the hand of Aptoid. And today we're going to be going through what you need to be doing daily in order to maximize your growth as a new player just by following some very simple steps, and that will net you just a lot of power and growth every single day, right? So let's get into it. First of all, the most simple thing you're going to have to be doing daily is going to be to keep your upgrade queues just busy, really just be upgrading stuff. So let's go into our city, right? So yeah, you will have your buildings, of course. You will need to keep those upgrading as much as possible because that's gonna take the longest just overall in the game. That will take a long ass time to get buildings leveled up. So if you are as efficient as possible with those buildings, if you keep them running and leveling up as much as possible, that will just net you higher amounts of growth over time. That's pretty simple, pretty obvious. Same goes for the academy research, right? Just going to the academy and researching pretty much anything, whatever it is. You might have some priorities, but for the most part, you really want to be getting everything that's going to net you some power. So overall, just stuff, combat stuff, station stuff, resource gathering, whatever it is, just keep that running. Right, so that's gonna be pretty damn obvious and simple. Now, another thing you're gonna be having to do daily if you want to maximize your growth is going to be to just send your away teams as often as possible. Just keep them busy, keep them running. That will net you some rewards as well. And with the academy, you will also be able to send more away teams as you unlock more options to do so, right? Now, things that you can also be doing is, let me just click here for a second and then click away teams, and then we'll go to the daily goals. Now, the daily goals will be, just like in any other mobile game, a set of quests, mini quests. You will do some of these just naturally by playing the game. Some of them will take you a little while, and some of them might take you some effort to go out of your way to fulfill them. They change every day, they're not the same every time, I think. And once you complete them all, you will be able to unlock these chests. And once you get the biggest chest, you can just claim them all. But you will be getting a bunch of rewards as well as a loyalty badge. Now, loyalty badges are important because they allow you to claim the weekly chest, or rather the weekly chest overall, right? So there's some set of chests. You can also claim those every couple hours or every couple minutes as well with a 10-minute chest. But these ones, you should be always claiming them daily as well, the 24-hour chest in particular. But if you are able to fulfill the daily quests all the way up to the last chest for 7 days, then you will be able to open up the 7-day loyalty chest and get a bunch of rewards as well as an allegiance token. Now, allegiance tokens are important because they allow you eventually to open up the monthly chest, and the monthly chest contains a big amount of rewards and just random resources and stuff that's going to be pretty useful. Recruit tokens, speed ups, just resources, platinum, and there's also going to be it's guaranteed to get a bunch of shards for this one officer, which is pretty powerful if I might say so. Increased damage dealt and minus 40% to opponent damage when you are defending, right? So it's pretty damn strong, and that one's gonna be probably a pretty useful one for the long run. Obviously, just get the daily chest, as many as you can. The 4-hour chest if you're gonna be relogging every time now and then. But yeah, that is on its own pretty damn important. Now, more stuff that you should be trying to do. It's not exactly something you do daily, but you should be focusing on doing as a new player, and it just comes with a bit of a daily effort. That is the field training. Field training are gonna be sets of small quests which are gonna have different kinds of, this is gonna be different types of quests, right? So you will have combat, you will have building your base, your station and such, and these ones will, over time, they will individually give you some rewards, but over time, as you complete them all, you will be getting some shards for some officers, an epic officer in the case of Pike, and there will also be other stuff like cosmetics, like for example this one will change how your attack looks. That's pretty cool. And you will also be able to access this other rare officer, which I don't think I can click on right now. Yeah, but that's also a pretty damn strong officer. So doing this sort of like some sort of guide on what you should be focusing on doing as a new player. It's not just daily activity, but it kind of comes with the daily activity. It's gonna get you a long way, right? So something else, of course, collect your resources. That's something, the first thing you do when you log in, but you should also try and send your ships when you're not gonna be playing or you're just gonna be AFK. Try and send them out and get them to collect resources while you're not there. I know it's a little bit tedious just having to find a node which kind of has some stuff on it. Maybe you're not next to one, but if you're able to do so, you just move your system to a planet which has a bunch of resources and just keep your ships focus on some of those resource gathering nodes, so you can just come back and get a big bunch of those juicy resources. Now, more stuff. Let me just you can collect obviously some of this stuff, and it's gonna move me right into the next section, which is going to be events, right? There will be a bunch of events running. You might not have noticed it. It kind of was a bit confusing for me. Right now there is a battle pass, by the way, and it's gonna be coming right and handy with talking about Aptoid. Aptoid is a marketplace or just a store where you can download apps just like in Google Play or App Store, and you can only use it for Android apps in this case, but you can play games like this one, like StarTrekFleetCommand with Aptoid, and then when you are going to be making any purchases, when you downloaded those games through Aptoid, you will then be getting a cashback which can go up to 30%. You can use my code to get a baseline 5%, but the more you spend, the more you're going to be getting as a cashback. It could go all the way up to 30%, and then you can just get more value for your money. Really, that's what it comes down to. So that comes really handy for things like that, for example the battle pass, because, well, if you want to unlock the premium tier of the battle pass, as you might know, then you will have to make some purchases, right? So talking about a battle pass, if you're able to invest some time right now, especially after this video, you will be able to access a big amount of resources and just some very nice stuff, even as a free player, right? So doing this and focusing on looking at the events and seeing what these events can get you, it really goes a long way. Some of them you will just do naturally, but some of them you have to look at them. There are some daily events, and then there's some other kinds of events. So looking through these, you will just randomly, for some reason, just eventually just see the icon, click on it like I just did before, and you will get some stuff. But if you focus on them on a daily basis as well, you can really maximize getting good stuff out of it. Obviously, if you want to unlock the elite, you will have to make some purchases. And if that was going to be the case, if you are using Aptoid, this is what it would show like on your screen. If you give it a second, hopefully it does. Otherwise, I'll cut it right here. Well, there you go. It will just tell you for a second because it's asking for my credit card details, but it's gonna show up of the wallet of Aptoid, and it's gonna allow you to see what the bonus you would get when you make the purchase would be. But obviously, you can also check out the offers if you really are keen on speeding up as much as you can in this game. You can do so by upgrading your upgrade queues for the buildings, right? So you can just buy another one. You can have 3 upgrade queues for the buildings and 2 for the academy, right? So that goes a long way, right? So yeah, what else you should be doing daily, right? So obviously there's gonna be some offers daily. You can check those as well. We just talked about it, and then you can look through this. We talked about those already. There will be some stuff within the alliance as well, I believe so. Otherwise, you can also just try and go ahead and yeah, really just play a little bit of a game. Really, it just goes a long way because there's some quests which you will just benefit a lot. It's not really daily stuff you should be doing, but if you just do a little bit of quests, right, if you focus on that just now and then, you will be able to access a lot of resources. Really, it's crazy how much you can get in this game as a free-to-play player if you just focus on doing a little bit of quests. A lot of these are pretty simple, pretty easy. For example, 6k power still early on, that's a lot. Obviously this is a level 10 quest, but still that is a lot, right? And then I think I just clicked on my profile. Yes, I did, right? Now, all the stuff that I didn't really notice when I was a new player, this is more like just a random beginner tip, is you will be able to look at your items in the inventory. I didn't even know there was an inventory, right? But you have chests in here. You might have some that you get when you are killing enemies outside in the open. You just go to whatever random enemy, and then you see, oh, there's a reward, it's a chest, right? You might be able to open up this chest. If you are lucky, you will be getting some. You can do so and check so in the combat logs. If you click on the little icon right there, you can see there's a chest right there, and that tells you that you got the chest, right? So that's claimed. You can open that up, and there's some pretty damn nice stuff in there, right? So should really be trying to just focus on that and see if you have some stuff there. You will also be able to see all your other items that I didn't really figure that I had, to be fair, but there is also something I didn't notice, and that is the resource tokens. I just casually have 500k power steel tokens laying here just randomly, right? So that's something I really didn't notice for a little while, and it really is important to just notice those things being around there, right? Now, something else that I talked about in the previous video, and it's going to be really important as a new player, not really daily as well, but just doing the battle simulator takes no time. It's very easy. I didn't really know how to do it at the beginning, but it's extremely easy, and it will get you an epic officer, which is really strong. You just gotta click on the places where you are being told to click, and then click again once the little arrow kind of gets to the point, right? You get me? You gotta let it spin a little bit, and once it's in the sweet spot, just click on it and it will do a lot of damage to the ship. It takes no time, it's just a little bit of timing. You will be able to immediately get a very strong epic officer, right? You're just claiming the 10-minute chest right there, and of course we have a bunch of recruits that we are able to do right now. So obviously doing this is not a matter of doing it daily, but if you play daily and follow some of these steps, you will be able to just maximize getting more stuff, like for example more recruit tokens, so you can get better officers and such and such and such. So that is kind of all the daily stuff that I wanted to comment on. Now, something that I would tell you as a new player that I really found myself doing is really just use your speed ups and your Latinum. You get a lot of those just playing the game and doing daily things. So if you're really trying to get to a point where you feel powerful early on and you're able to PvP and kill stations and such, just really try and speed up everything as much as possible. If you want to get your operations level really high up, just try and really follow the course of what you are able to upgrade in order, or you need to upgrade in order to be able to access upgrading the operations building, and then just use your damn speed ups. Really, you get a lot of them, you get a lot of Latinum as well, so just go ahead and do so. There's no shame on doing so. There's no reason to save on that. You can also just go ahead and spend money if you so desire, but then you are just able to make so much progress and you really accumulate a lot of those resources. Oftentimes I find myself not using them for the sake of maybe saying, oh, well, I'll need them down the line. Just use them early on. You'll enjoy the game a lot more, you'll feel a lot more powerful, and it's going to feel a lot better to just play the game. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that little guide. It's not just daily stuff. I know I also talked about some tips and things you should do early on. That's not everything. I would like to talk a lot more about some other tips and stuff, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you found it useful. Let me know anything that I might have missed out on the comments down below. Click and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links below for anything Aptoide related if you just want to get more value for your money and also help me out as I am doing these videos and such. Yeah, hopefully I also helped you out and just get more value for your money, as I already said, when you play any Android game on an Android phone or an emulator on your PC as well. That also works. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, see ya.